There is more to the game than fighting monsters. Build a stronghold and influence the world. Hey everybody, Matt Colville here. This is the Strongholds and Streaming Kickstarter. Finally, we are trying to raise money to print a book, Strongholds and Followers, for 5th edition. Then all stretch goals help us rent studio space to stream my next campaign live for you folks and everything that entails. Campaign diaries, prep videos, all my notes, all that. So first, the book. Strongholds and Followers is an expansion for 5th edition. It is a hardcover book with rules for building strongholds and attracting followers. And the money goes to art and printing costs and layout and stuff like that. This is going to be a professional product. There are a few paragraphs in the core rules for building a castle, but they're basically spend a lot of money and now you have a castle, with no indication of why you would do such a thing or what the benefits are. This book gives you lots of reasons to build a stronghold, new class abilities and followers and even more. But it's more than just a book and a set of rules, it's also a style of play. In this book, we talk about the kind of campaign that uses a book like this. It's a style that assumes your character will eventually grow beyond just fighting monsters and dungeons and become more of a mover and shaker in the world, become important. Building a stronghold is the beginning of that. This style of play isn't for everybody, but if that sounds good to you, this is your book. In addition to making your character more influential outside of just adventuring, these rules also give your character tons of things to spend money on, something I think is sorely lacking in the current game. Also, some of your followers can make magic items if you successfully harvest the organs from the beasties you kill, which I love. I think this book is good for DMs and players. DMs obviously can use these rules, but players need to know what their options are. Looking through this book will give players tons of ideas and things to want. Ambition, motivation. These things are important, and founding a stronghold gives the DM tons of new cool narrative options. Lots of neat story opportunities open up when one of the players builds a base of operations. Each of the 4 kinds of strongholds do different things. Keeps help you raise armies. Temples help you buff armies and bless whole towns and sometimes your party. Towers help you research spells, and establishments generate money and help you spy on your neighbors. Each class gets their own unique follower list and new class abilities that only recharge when you spend time in your stronghold, so players are motivated to go home every once in a while. And then, if you roll really high on your follower chart, your alignment decides which special ally chart you roll on. So evil characters can get demon allies, and good characters can get a gold dragon ally, and tons of other cool stuff. You can read more below about how the rules are going to work, and there's even a very early playtest version of the Paladin's follower chart you can download right now. A lot of the rules are already written. I just want you to know what kind of product you're getting. I don't want to take your money and then you get a book you didn't like. If you're looking for a system where you spend money on individual rooms and walls and there's costs for different kinds of doors, this is not that system. You don't make a D&D character by picking from a list of organs. Every stretch goal listed below adds content to the book you get at no extra charge. Your $30 pledge, or $20 for the PDF, just gets you more book as more people pledge. Because the other goal of this Kickstarter is to raise money to cover the lease on studio space for us to stream our next game, starting with character creation. Now, you may not be interested in that. That's fine. I completely sympathize. You can just pledge for the Strongholds and Followers book and ignore all the streaming stuff. But if you want to see our next game live, starting with character creation, this is how we do that. I've already spent several $1,000s on gear. We just don't have any space to stream, and we have very specific requirements. No, your garage won't do. No, your living room is not big enough. Since finding studio space means signing a multi-year lease, and me being on the hook for a lot of money, it terrifies me. It's my hope that enough people want this book, or want to support the stream, to cover some or all of that cost. If not, no big deal. You still get a great book. We have 3 stretch goals. The first adds Gemstone dragons to the game, which DMs can use as monsters, or you can recruit them as allies. They're meant to represent the neutral dragons, neither good, metallic, nor evil chromatic. They'll be fully statted out just like all the other dragons. And if we make that first stretch goal, we're going to make minis. Holy crap, this is something that really excites me. I love the idea of making new original minis for the game. Here, let's take a look at some of the concept art for the dragons. This is a very early piece. I liked all of these except number 9. I thought it looked kind of sickly. You can see how 10 is so old. These dragons use magic, or maybe even psionics, so much that the old ones don't even have wings anymore. They don't need them to get around. Then we focused in on one concept for the Kickstarter page and eventually arrived here. You can see how the dragons slowly become more encrusted with gemstones. Eventually the ancient dragons are 100% gemstone. The mini is just regular plastic or resin, by the way. It's not clear crystal. If we unlock that first stretch goal, we're going to add new pledge levels so you can get the dragon minis. You can just get the default mini or all 5 minis, or either of those with the book. The other 2 stretch goals add more content to the book. Magic items and an adventure you can read about below. None of that stuff is core to the rules. Even if we unlock no stretch goals, you still get a complete rule set. So that's the Strongholds and Followers book. Looking at how long other Kickstarters take to deliver the same content, I think we'll be shipping in September, which may seem like a long time, but if you pledge at the stream supporter level, you get early access to the playtest version of the rules, probably in May, so you don't have to wait for the hardcover. And your feedback will help inform revision, and you help make the stream happen, and you get a free month's Twitch subscription. You may be wondering, hey, who is this Matt Colville dude, and why should I give him money? I think if you know me at all, it's either because you know I'm the writer for Evolve, or Mercenaries, or the official Critical Role comic book, or because of my YouTube channel. But before all that, I was a game designer for like 15 years, and I started in tabletop. I was a designer on the official Dune collectible card game and the role-playing game. I worked on 2 different official Star Trek role-playing games. I did the Starship Combat rules for this one, and I worked on several third-party books for 3rd edition. I wrote a whole monster book, and I designed a mass combat and nation building rules set for 3rd edition. It got pretty good reviews, by the way. And lots of other stuff. I designed the official Knights of the Dinner Table card game, and the Star Trek Red Alert Starship Combat game. Those are both tons of fun. So, this is not my first time at the rodeo. Getting the book out is pretty low risk. Really, my only concern is that you know what kind of design you're getting. That's why there's a sample below, and we'll release more previews as we go. Oh, and making minis is an entirely new challenge, but it's a big part of why I'm excited. If you have any questions, check the FAQ. We'll be updating it all the time. We'll be doing live streams and Q&As over the course of the next month, and you can come by Twitter and ask me stuff, at Matt Colville. I think this is the beginning of something very cool. I'm terrified and excited. They are close cousins. I really hope you folks like the book. Peace out.